crisp. And you said we live? Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another Friday episode of But I Don't Know Though, and we're here back in Phil's luxury suite here on the top of Phil's apartment complex in the Bronx. This is nice, Phil. I mean, this penthouse.
This is why you like to fake like this is my crib.
They don't know that.
But they do know that. You know
I don't know.
You know how many famous people record here that they look and go, that's the same one Roy and Maul be in. Why he acting like it's his house? Then you gonna get me in trouble. Then people gonna hit me up like, yo, I can record. I'm gonna be like, I don't got no studio.
You charge them, take that money. That's how you make the money.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Then you tell them you double booked and you only give them half their money back.
Me to be a scammer.
I mean, you gotta make money on the side. Everybody got a side hustle nowadays.
Everybody do got a side hustle, and the way these gas prices are, you better have a front hustle, a back hustle, a side to the side hustle to the side hustle.
It's getting to be $80 to fill up my car. I'm about to
do Uber and deliver pizzas for Domino's. Be like, hold up real quick, let me drop off this pizza.
It's the same time.
Same time.
But this just ain't no regular episode of But I Don't Know Though. This is Phil's birthday spectacular episode. Give it up for the man.
Okay.
Another year of life. And the man hasn't taken him down for his opinions. This is great. And let me just start off by saying I'm excited for you. I'm happy for what the next year holds. Good luck, and I hope you piss off a lot more people than you did last year, because that means who is it that said if you're not pissing nobody off, you're doing something wrong?
I mean, I think a lot of people said that. Like honestly, that's the thing, right? It's like Uncle Luke had to go to court for what was it? Shake What Your Mama Gave You. Yeah, and all the other songs. Can a nigga get a table dance? So it's like he's a Hall of Famer based off that alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he went to court.
You know what's funny is both spectrums piss people off. Meaning that, you know, the Uncle Luke's the extreme spectrum, but motherfuckers are mad at MC Hammer too.
For what song? Was it?
You're like, it's too commercial.
Was it?
And people were mad at Will Smith. They're like, it's too soft.
Yeah.
Parents just don't understand.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You got crack, you got AIDS going on at the same time.
He wasn't talking about none of that.
And we talking about homework.
He wasn't talking about
You're a grown-ass man. You're not a kid. So people get mad at, both spectrums. It's interesting.
I did like Will Smith, though. He took that girl out on a date, and then it went south from there.
That girl out on a date.
Parents just don't understand. He stole his father's car, took it on a joyride, took her for a spin, crashed it. Then he had to go home and see his moms. He was scared.
Yeah.
That's when I liked Will Smith. I don't like him so much now.
Hey, come on. Men in Black is one of the all-time summer jammy jams of all time.
Which one?
The song.
You talking about the song? I thought you were talking about the movie. Yeah, no, I give that. I was
in his head and all.
I was doing this with the alien. I
Black was serious. Yeah, he had the alien was getting down.
He was.
Alien was definitely getting down.
But yeah, dog. So we're celebrating Phil's birthday. So first of all,
it was the Tuesday. It was June 22nd, folks. So
but we started. You
Geminis, don't lump me in with y'all. I miss being a Gemini by 2 hours.
So what are you, Capricorn?
I'm a Cancer. I'm a disease.
Cancer.
I hate that we're the only.
With the yeah,
the only zodiac that's a disease.
Yeah. There's no crabs or I just
syphilis. Feel like it fucks up a party.
I'm a Sagittarius. Well, I'm a syphilis.
People go, motherfucker, you killed my aunt.
You sure did, and you don't go away.
It would feel better if somebody else was like, I'm AIDS, and it's like, okay, well that fucks up a party.
I'm gonna go over here and talk to Pisces. You
Well, no, I guess it's good that it ain't actually like a contagious disease, because people would then look at that like. Nah, I don't think I'm sleeping with no girl and her zodiac is AIDS.
Dog, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm over this disease thing, because now they trying to talk about this monkeypox like it's COVID, and I'm sure COVID's up there like, yo, I'm the Michael Jordan of this, man. You ain't a come up. You ain't coming in here trying to take my name.
We didn't think that COVID was COVID.
Yeah, it's true.
We were laughing. Remember the clip of Rudy Gobert?
I do.
He's touching everything, rubbing all over the mics. Ha ha ha! Then it shut the whole damn NBA down, and everybody was like staring at him.
Hey man, you passed it.
Like, listen here, defensive player of the year.
He played terrible defense on that COVID. I'll tell you that. It got through.
He was sick. Yeah, COVID's got that unstoppable offense.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know about any of you out there, but me, when it first happened, I didn't believe it at all. I thought it was something that's gonna be on for like a week or two.
Yeah, nobody.
And it was
did.
gonna go
I
away.
was like, well, nah, y'all was telling us about anthrax. Y'all had us nervous, and then that just went away.
What was the
we
other
was
one?
afraid of white powder for 11 months.
There was Ebola thing, and there was like a SARS one too, or bird flu, something like that. I don't
Either one of them really took off in the U.S.
Even when we had the guy who caught Ebola here, and then like it was only the black guy that died from it, I was still like, you know.
Yeah, those other diseases were like soccer.
Yeah,
all over the world they were big, but in America we call that shit soccer. We call it football.
Football.
You dummy. You dummy. When really we're the actual dummies.
Are you?
It is technically football.
Yeah. It is. No, every 3/4 of the world calls it football. I don't know where soccer came from, but
America's just really arrogant.
I guess because we already had football with an oval thing. They were
I heard a dude from London and talking earlier, and it made me realize like how arrogant we are. Mm-hmm. I was walking over here near Prince Street, coming down, or across rather, but this guy, I knew he was from London by the way he said it. He was like, it's really freaking hot. It's like 35 degrees. And I was like, yo. Like, who the fuck says that?
Bro, they're not used to that heat because that's why they all be
like
pale over there.
No, but 35 degrees. Then I realized this motherfucker's on Celsius time.
Yeah, 35 degrees Celsius. Yeah, 35. It's a lot hotter than that. Yeah, no,
What is it in actual Celsius? I don't even know.
I don't know. That must be, I guess, what did they start at? Listen, we don't know, though. We're not experts.
All I caught was that the number was low, and he was like, it's really freaking hot. And instead of low-ass number, then I realized, the boy is London.
So I guess 50 would be high. All our international listeners, please help us out. Tweet Phil at I am Phil Hunt. Let us know. We could look it up, but,
If your country allows you to even have Twitter.
That's
true. I know
true.
some of y'all, y'all might still be on MySpace.
Yeah, I
think Putin lets them look at MySpace every couple
of months. Nah, they let them look at Black People Meet. They still using blackpeoplemeet.com. That's the fair one.
But some of them ain't even black. What you talking about?
Hey, so that never stopped nobody.
You bugging.
Never stopped. People still sign up for Black People Meet that wasn't black. And I'll be on there looking at it like when I was looking at it, and it was white people. Like, it's supposed to be for black people. And it's white people on there.
Black People Meet. MEAT.
Did we talk about misspelled words?
We talked.
You gonna end up with a porn website. You gonna end up with a porn website.
Live their life, bro. You know what I mean?
It is.
Interracial dating might be next because they done already banned abortions today.
Oh my God!
Or sent it back to the states rather.
Wait, we're gonna need another top up off of this before we get into that. It's gonna be tough.
Another one and we'll talk about it.
I just want to shout them out just in case. This is what we're going with today. This is a local brand from my neighborhood. It's called Plume and Petal. It's vodka infused with natural flavors. It's very healthy. What do you think?
It's pretty good. Pretty good so far,
It mixes well with what we got in there. A little bit of orange juice, a little bit of soda. And before we get into the heavy stuff, Phil, it's time for presents. Time for presents.
Okay, you want to do some presents?
It can't be a birthday without presents. Now, the first one is from our producer here. His name escapes me right now, and I feel bad about that because
his name is Dave.
It is Dave.
Yes.
Okay, it said it on his shirt. I just thought that was the name of the restaurant or something. I didn't want to assume.
Okay.
But Dave Phil is a sauce guy for those of you who've been listening and watching.
I'm a sauce head. I'm definitely, I wait, around the corner for the cashier and I go, yo, you think I could have a couple extra honey mustard?
I've witnessed it. I thought it was just talk. We went to Applebee's, watched the game.
Yeah.
And
they got these honey pepper wings at Applebee's.
They were already sauced.
And I'd be like, send me another sauce.
Let me get something on the side.
And some ranch to dip them in.
On the side.
So that's definitely me. I'm a sauce guy.
Phil is a sauce god. So first sauce we have here is Mike's Hot Honey from our producer Dave. It's infused with chiles. It's his own sauce, if you can see it there. I don't know what at Mike's Hot Honey. Mike's Hot Honey is the site. So that's for you. That's gift number one for Mr. Phil.
That's a gift?
Yeah, that's your sauce, bro.
Okay, I get to keep that.
And I know because it's your birthday, what I like to do is I like to give you things that I like, not necessarily.
Appreciate that.
So this sauce is something that I got from one of my neighborhood, one of my favorite sauces. This is Allegra spicy barbecue because you spicy guy.
Okay, okay. You got all sorts of sauces for me.
Last but not least, this is Rufus Teague made some sauce.
Rufus Teague, okay.
Rufus.
Is this black owned?
Well, you know what, a name like Rufus, you never know.
Sound like a black person.
Rufus
Sound like
made it. Hey,
Sound like an old slave, Rufus.
hey, Phil, Rufus made some sauce.
Knows I started Juneteenth because I never could quite pronounce Juneteenth or June 19th.
I'm not getting it.
So I made Juneteenth. That's when I whipped up my first batch of barbecue sauce.
I'm not getting
It
into
tastes like freedom.
I'm not getting into it. Because Phil got to think about Juneteenth. I hope this wasn't made on Juneteenth, but this is
Pass me the Big Dipper and I'll just scoop you some. I reckon it's good. This sauce had you heading towards the north.
Oh, God. Freedom? Which way is freedom? Take a taste and it'll tell you. But yeah, Rufus made some sauce, and I like this name. It's the best name. And the funny thing is it says temporary bottle, works in a pinch, but I don't know how you would get a pinch of this.
I ain't going to hold you.
But it's sweet, and it's from
All
Kansas
them
City.
states that was in the Confederacy make the best barbecue sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they didn't leave for 2 years.
It's that little hint of prejudice that be in there. You be like, nigga, that's hate.
Tastes better than freedom.
Tastes like Bible Belt Christians.
That's,
Going door to door.
bro, that's why they waited 2 years before they before they found out. No, we staying on here for master sauce.
That one looks good. It's like I told you, my preferred one right now is the
The
sriracha garlic from Trader Joe's. That one looks like it in terms of the color and everything.
Yeah, but I like that one. You're gonna like it. It's not too spicy to get kicked, but this honey barbecue stuff, I'm telling you,
honey
best
barbecue
sauce.
is serious business.
And that's honey. Like, that's not made up honey. That's bees honey. Like, the bees made that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Check. Well, right now, the sauce I prefer is some more of this vodka, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, man.
Fine,
Come on,
sir.
Birthday turn up, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you.
So before we get too far down the line, last week we debated about Mario and how to properly. Look at that. I said properly. I'm trying to pronounce properly and pronounce properly improperly.
Ooh, baby. Go ahead.
That sounds like a new Eminem bar. Pronounce properly, improperly, playing Monopoly.
Bars.
Because he just like rhyming syllables.
Mm-hmm.
He's
But yes.
He's 99 still, but I love him. Here, you can put a cork back on it.
Yeah, I'm not a... So he's talking about the Omarion and the Mario.
Yeah, so we want you on camera first admitting that you pronounced it wrong. For some reason, you just started weirdly debating me about... I think that must be a drunk tendency of yours.
No, man.
About things.
For years.
First episode that we recorded, remember you debated me on International Women's Day?
I did. Let me just say, for years, being from Brooklyn, this
Mario.
Let me retract this statement. Is this camera here? Ladies and gentlemen of the internet and the streaming world, I, Avery Mason, would like to apologize for incorrectly pronouncing. Let me just ask one more person. Come on, man. Come on. We just put your hot sauce up. I presented it to him. So producer Dave, this is his hot sauce. Dave, I need to ask you a question before I admit to this being wrong. Do you know the Nintendo character Mario? How is it pronounced? Did I say it right? Mario, right? Mario and Luigi.
Mario Luigi's American way. Mario is
Mario. Yeah, but Mario, no one says Mario when the game comes on. He says, "It's me, Mario."
And that's offensive to Italians because they don't talk like that.
Okay, but that's how he talks. He's a video game character. He's neither.
I don't like any of you because when I put the poll up on Instagram and Twitter, all of you voted that it was pronounced Mario.
Because it is.
So I must apologize for offended, I was wrong.
You have drinks. I think you like to debate silly stuff.
For years.
And when we had the first one in there, you debated me on
International Women's Day.
International Women's Day.
Yeah.
Then
I didn't know when it was.
Something that I forgot last 2 episodes ago. You were just randomly like, "That's wrong." And I'm like, actually, it's not. So anyway, if you listen to last episode, we was talking about Mario versus Omarion.
Omarion.
You got me fucking up.
See, there you go. See, I mean,
because it's Omarion's only a O and an N at the end of Mario, which is weird. But anyway,
I think they put that versus on at the wrong time.
Because you were saying that it shouldn't be on. You were like,
I agree.
These people seem too small, and I was like, nah, that's for the culture. That's the era we grew up in, the Screen Tour era.
I should have been more specific. I felt like when you got guys like Earth, Wind, and Fire versus the Ozzy Brothers, and you come down to Mario on Omarion, I was just like, I don't know, but I
you're reaching
understand.
different demographics.
That's true. There's some people who were born later on who might be
for the
like
old and some
right?
for the young, and
But
and like I said, if one of them took your girl back in the day, just go on and admit it. Did she say he just a friend?
Oh baby, you. Nah,
Yeah.
but you know what else I had a problem with was that they put it on the same night as the draft. And anybody...
But it kind of actually, because I watched part of the draft and then got to that. So it kind of like, it was actually, I felt like perfect timing.
Did you watch the first round?
Of the draft?
Of the draft, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I've seen the highlights. I don't watch the whole thing. It just kind of is in the background of like, oh, okay, my Pacers are picking. Who are we picking? Then, the Knicks, obviously, you want to see how they're going to fuck it up because they manage to fuck it up every year.
They ain't got one pick, and I still don't know what they got in exchange for giving up their first round pick.
Funny. The poor get poorer.
They don't want to get better, but I got a chance to watch some of the verses, the opening acts. I want to say it was not Bobby Johnson. Who's the guy?
Bobby V was there.
It was Bobby V. Okay, and then Ray J.
Bro, you're not that much older than me. You should know all these characters.
Nah, I know every single one. Bobby V from Mr.
Bobby
back
V,
in the day. Mr.
Ray J.
Ray J had his son on
Ray
stage.
J was out there singing One Wish.
He had his son on stage. His son wanted to be up there. He had one wish. His son wanted to go home and watch Barney.
Sometimes that babysitter don't answer.
He had his son singing.
Sometimes you just got to take the baby to verses.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of like Mario or Omarion, but I did like that they were singing. It was R&B. It was nice. The girls were
and that's
screaming.
the problem. Do something for the ladies. So it was something for the ladies, but I enjoyed just the competition of it. I can't pronounce words today, but whatever. But I enjoyed the competition of it. I'm not even drunk. It's not coming out correctly.
That's what she said.
I think it's been that, all this week has been cold. Today it was hot.
Yeah, no, it's cooking outside. You see me and Phil both got our sweat rags.
Mm-hmm.
You're hiding yours? I'm not.
Yeah.
Sweat rag.
Got more than 3 inches of forehead. Probably gone and wipe, get your rag and do your thing.
That's right.
That sun gonna beam. But yeah. So it was a good versus though.
It was.
It surprisingly was one of the better ones because
it wasn't
stylistically
they're different.
They're very different,
yeah.
And it was exactly what we should have thought it was because everybody was like, Omarion gonna wash Mario.
Nah,
I mean, he got some hits. But he got them in so quick that you almost missed him. Whereas it feel like Omarion, because of the B2K run, had a longer run.
Mm-hmm.
He was with us since we was about 13, 14.
Yeah,
Mario came a little later for me anyway.
Yeah.
To when I was, 16, 17 or whatever. But anyway.
Yeah, he got hits.
And that was the thing. He was trying not to do none of the songs R. Kelly wrote, which I think he succeeded at, Omarion.
You gotta do like one. I mean,
he left the bumps and all that alone.
Waiting.
But yeah, Mario, Omarion's a dancer, glorified dancer. So everybody was like, well, damn, what happened to his voice? And it's like, I don't know what you came here for. That boy is about dancing.
Well, that's why he was in the group.
But Mario was busting ass.
Yeah, Mario can sing.
Really was. I'd say Omarion was singing and Mario was singing.
Mario was singing. He's always had to sing on his own
notes. He was doing a cappella. Yo, turn that off. Where it felt
no
like Omari was like, turn my vocals up.
Turn my music up.
And it's like, yo, when you got to say turn my vocals up as a vocalist, you're done.
There's an ice box where my heart used to
and Mario survived the ice box.
Yeah, I love that song. That was my joint.
He came back with what is it? I Can Hear Your Heart crying out.
Yeah.
And
that's
getting to work.
Yeah, that was a classic. Ooh.
It very much showed me like the Jadakiss versus Cameron thing where we kind of thought, oh, this will be more even than what it is. Cause you'll never act like you thought Cameron was gonna wash Jada and them.
Nah.
Or the Lots anyway. But you thought it would have been closer. But Jada just is such a great MC and a great live performer off the top of the head.
They put
he just owned Dipset.
They put on a good show, and that's the difference between like I guess like Mario and Omarion and like
This guy is
Jada and
insisting on Mario.
I'm trying to. It's a mental block now because you guys all voted against it, so now I'm trying to make sure I say Mario.
You
Doesn't
said
even
voted
sound
like
right.
they went and filled out a ballot.
I'll put it on Instagram. They voted and went up there and had
Hey,
their.
thanks y'all for letting him know that he was wrong because God, he be killing me when he get a little liquor in his system.
I'm gonna
He
be
wanna
right
make
about
the smallest thing. Is it liquor or liquor? I don't know, but
I'm not
drink it.
arguing with that. But if you guys did not get a chance to vote on the poll, you should be following us, and you won't miss out on these things.
You
We
trying
gotta-
to cast late ballots? You sound like Trump now. It's never too late to vote. They got some missing ballots.
I gotta see where the balance. All the votes not in yet. All the votes in.
Trump-
57% of y'all
Trump
thought.
somewhere still counting.
57.
You lost, Trump.
57% of y'all sided with Phil and thought that he was
And I
right.
appreciate
And I'm missing out on some votes. I'm not happy about it. But if you're not following us, you're missing out on the chance to take sides and tell me I'm right or wrong. At But I Don't Know Though Pod is the podcast Instagram. At BUTIDKPOD.
We
So-
might just start calling it, but you don't know though.
That's why the show's
Is
called.
it
I don't
Mario
know.
or Mario, you don't know. Though.
I don't
Anyway,
know. Okay.
here's what we still don't know though from last night.
Mm.
Why in the hell did Omarion have watermelon on
I
stage?
don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
It's almost 24 hours later, and I'm still like,
Nobody's
what
answering the
possessed
questions.
that man and his brother to eat some watermelon on stage
Maybe it was like a subliminal because,
and sexually at that.
yeah, I don't know.
I had to put my phone down. I said, hold up,
Phil was like, nah, he threw it.
I'm
I
not
threw
watching
mine.
two grown ass,
I threw
sexy,
my phone. I was
flexy
like,
ass men
nope.
eat watermelon sexually.
He did.
Licking his
And
lips.
yeah, he was.
hanging.
He was.
Yeah, ladies, if you're
Why
out
you?
there
Oh,
listening.
God. I got to get that out of my head now.
Like, all right, now, brother, chill out. But yeah.
Trying to win. Uh,
I'm like, what is going on?
I wanted to
man?
forget that image. I don't. That's a little bit much. That's a little much.
Yeah, I think
Maybe it was about the show.
I've seen Anthony Moore, comedian Anthony Moore. He's one of the homies, but
And Moore.
He had tweeted that he said it's sponsored by Ciroc, but it's giving Hennessy energy. Oh yeah, Ray
That's
James
true.
on stage with his baby.
Yeah.
Mario was cussing everybody out, which Mario held it down, and I think again it showed the difference in because Dipset was a group or not a group. They were a collective, whereas the Locks was a group that when one of them was rapping, the other one was ad-libbing
Hyping them up.
hyping the other one up. Dipset was just watching each other perform.
I really didn't think they put on a good show because I remember my biggest problem with that was that Cam tried to freestyle and bombed freestyling live, and he was like, yo, run the track.
It wasn't good when he didn't have his pink Hummer and his pink fur, and he's a whole show.
Yeah.
Lights, cameras.
Yeah.
Jada just needs some Timbs and
Get them girls, like.
and that's it. Now I love Cam. No disrespect to Cam. So don't do that. I live in Harlem.
You know what he
I
should
gotta
have
live
done?
there.
You know the one song he should have done that he didn't do was the song he did with DMX. It's called "Pull It." That song, you don't remember? All right, pull it. Pause. I want to. I'll show you after the show. I don't want
that advice now that they done shut this abortion down.
I thought you were gonna go with the guns angle.
Pull
You
it.
went abortion.
Nah.
Okay.
When
Nah.
you
So
big, I zag, but
right in the way up on the elevator, breaking news today, as we record this, the Supreme Court has overturned Roe v. Wade, which layman's terms for some of you who don't follow news or politics, Roe v. Wade is the abortion law that said women have the right to choose. And this was in 1974.
people that don't follow politics follow that.
Oh yeah, of course. Especially if you got a girlfriend and you've been
between probably the ages
you know.
of probably 45 to 15, you follow that. Cause you like, hold up, I need to know what's going on with these reproductive rights.
I feel
And that'll
like
always be the easy joke about it is that everyone on the Supreme Court is all people whose sperm and eggs don't work no more.
so why do they choose?
So it's
them?
like, why are you deciding what people?
They got nothing to lose. No dog in the fight.
Put 9 people on the Supreme Court who are 25 and let them decide.
I'll say this, Phil. There's a lot of people upset about that happening, but the only people who are happy right now are the makers of Trojan and Magnum because sales are about to go up.
Oh yeah.
So take your money out of Bitcoin because y'all done lost 40, 50,000. Put it on the condoms because
Invest in Durex.
invest in Durex, some Magnums.
Lambs
About to make your money back. Ooh, condoms is about to go up. They canceling it. Oh, nah. No more abortions?
I love that they announced it 2-3 days after Father's Day. They're like,
it's
happy
deliberate.
belated Father's Day from the Supreme Court.
It's deliberate. And no more abortions. Good luck.
I think it's a conspiracy, though.
Go ahead, break it down. What's the conspiracy? Because
I heard them cotton prices been dipping, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does everybody get for Father's Day?
T-shirts?
Socks.
Okay.
I think next year it's going to be a sock shortage because there's going to be a lot of new fathers. And they're going to jack the price up.
I think this is the wrong time for this rule to happen because we all out of formula. They still have a formula shortage. So no more abortions, no more formula. How we feeding these kids?
Titties. Titties
The
have always
still
been
working?
my preferred method of feeding.
Oh, straight from. I
I
got
don't
you.
know what yours is.
No additives, no
all natural, baby.
all natural. I mean, I'm into the fresh squeeze 2%. You know, I'm all about that.
fresh squeezed.
I'm all about that. I think kids should be able to eat whenever they want, but I don't think the government should be getting involved. It always seems like the government is trying to like get involved in the house. Like that seemed like a decision that should be between the family. I don't think.
Shouts out to the other squirters as we're talking about it.
Oh, the breast milk. Got you.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wait, how does that work? Do you have to have had a? Do you know how that works?
I'm gonna mansplain it. How breast milk works?
Yeah, like in short, don't like try to actually use
Right.
scientific terms.
I can't
You
because
can't even get
I
Mario
can't.
right.
and I don't know what International Women's Day is for sure, but
You can't even get Mario.
I believe-
might be the wrong person to ask, but let's
when
try it.
okay, so
You have to have gave birth to have breast milk.
yes and no, because what happens is when women gets pregnant, there's like a hormone that stimulates her chest, and then that hormone makes the breast milk. But there's some women who breastfeed kids all the way up till they're 5 or 7, so they still produce. As long as someone's sucking, there's always a supply, supply and demand. The body's like, oh,
So
I
only
got you.
after pregnancy.
Yeah, you can't make it without having kids. Like
Okay.
I tried.
It answers this question. Like I had this girl years ago. I didn't know much about this girl. Long story short,
Take a shot.
But
You
she
said
had
long story
some-
short.
she had some breast milk when we were intimate. We'll use that term.
She had kids.
I don't know.
How long were you with her?
Don't worry about all that. I wasn't with this young lady. Matter of fact, I might need them to not overturn Roe v. Wade. But as I'm saying it, literally, I didn't ask all these questions. She was just cute. And it happened. Anyway, long story short, when I went to suck, something came out. And I said, oh, shit. I wasn't ready for that.
Did you spit or did you swallow?
I swallowed.
Hey, how'd it taste?
It was all right.
Did it taste like honey, sweet and spicy?
This guy. See, I told you I like sauce. Even like my titties with sauce. Anyway, so yeah, some squirted, and then it was like one of them are like, well, I'm not gonna stop fucking, so we might as well finish this.
Yeah,
And
it is.
it felt like a weird time to ask that question.
I don't think
Long
this.
story short, and this is where you're gonna laugh, and I kid you not, I kind of went to drop this woman off, and I mean, she was beautiful.
Mhm.
Short hair.
Mhm.
I don't want to say Halle Berry because that's like, stereotypical. She had the cut, and it was low. She had
Nice.
the Betty Booper. She had the Betty Booper, and yeah, she was mad cute. Long
All right.
story short, but it was very weird, though. Like, I dropped her off at the crib, and she was kind of like, over there's good. Like, she didn't want me to know where she lived.
Okay.
But then as I drove off, I noticed, like, there was a shelter around the corner.
Oh,
And I was
no.
like, whoa, what just happened there?
I mean, would it have made a difference if
Did
you?
not matter.
I was about to say
It was
we
bad.
don't. Yeah,
To
you
me,
know,
anyway.
as long as she's bad, right? That's all that matters. You're
But
not
then it made me have so many more questions on the drive home. Because I'm
like what?
if there's milk in there, then there's kids. If there's kids in there, there's the kids in the shelter.
Potentially.
But then I had to go, that's none of my business.
So you were just there for the milk and titties, and I could respect that.
It happens.
I could respect. I had never been with a girl. I don't want to get too gross, but
Yeah.
I may have the closest I ever came to a girl with a situation like that. She was on her cycle, and like she didn't tell me, and we were doing it, and I thought that I was really
Yeah, that's tough.
yeah. And then when we put
It happens.
we didn't I don't know about y'all. I don't do it with the lights on. So the lights was off. I'm like, yeah, I'm loving it. Turn the lights on, get ready to clean up.
That is real gushy.
And I was like, clean up, and I'm like,
Turned on the lights, crime scene. forensic files.
Ketchup everywhere on the bed. I'm just like, sorry, it's my.
Yeah.
Why do women be like, it's my flow, it's my monthly?
Well, some of them don't know, and I hate to be the resident woman expert, but
Please,
you can't handle Mario.
I don't claim.
Don't leave that to me.
But I don't know though.
I
ain't no expert. I
as we open this, we were saying, shouts out to all the women out there, the other squirters. Shouts out to you.
We could be wrong. I mean, there's somebody gonna watch this and say that is not how breast milk is made. You gotta have water and about a half a cup of powder, and but I don't know. I ain't. That's interesting, Phil. I never knew that you had that situation.
I had an experience, and like I said, it just didn't feel appropriate to be asking her questions.
I have my own questions, but
doing our thing, so
I'll ask after the camera stop rolling. I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble. The one thing I'm not is a snitch. But some other things going on in the pop culture. Thank God that he's okay. The rapper Little TJ.
Oh,
and he's not from Chicago. He's from right here. Little TJ got to start with Pop Smoke, and he was going to Chipotle with some of his friends, and some people rolled up on him and tried to rob him. Now, here's where it gets interesting to me. The guy starts shooting. Little TJ gets shot. His boys get shot. His boys pull out their own guns, return fire. The cops caught the guys who tried to rob him. They arrested him, but they also arrested Little TJ's boys for having illegal guns. And
yeah, that's tricky.
I don't know I feel like that should get dropped, because it's like, if they didn't have those guns, then what would happen to them? Also, Little TJ probably should have had actual security he paid for, not his.
That's so tough, man. We just come from such a violent culture that it's a shame, because this doesn't happen to Justin Bieber. This doesn't happen to, you name them, But every rapper.
I just feel it's like what they talking about. That's why it's like that.
I mean,
because you don't think people listen to like, oh, he about that life.
Partially, but then because it is true. It's not like Mos Def ever got shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Common ever got shot.
Nope.
It's like, yo, you mean this nigga in the beanie hat? Like, you want me to pop him
with the kufi?
I don't know if I should pop the kufi dude with the cardigan.
Fuji's never got.
Yeah, it's tough, but ultimately, like I said, I've got family and friends who've been victims of gun violence. So it's like, they don't have any mixtapes. So it's not a rap thing. It's a black metal thing.
Poor neighborhoods thing.
Like, environment type deal. So
I mean, it also
kind of talk about, I'd say, doesn't help, but it's not the reason.
No, it's I feel like it's part of it, but the whole recipe is where we live in and what's going on also, which kind of ties into this. The Supreme Court overturned New York's concealed carry law. So now states make their own.
So hold on,
laws.
we went from no carry to concealed carry?
Yep. If you have a license, they can't tell you in New York that you can't leave you have to leave your gun at home, pretty much. And that just happened also.
Which one do you feel safer if they got it on their hip and it's known?
I'd like to know who's armed.
Who's armed and who isn't.
Yeah. Because if I start a fight,
it also might make you start reacting differently.
Yeah, I'll stay away from them. I'm not gonna get into a fight with somebody.
But that's why I'm saying, is it better if it's concealed or if it's in the open? Because in the open, like I said, I've seen that, being from Indiana and growing up in Georgia, where someone comes in with it on their hip, you either immediately start to move away from just naturally, and then you also start to question, well, is this person a cop? Or is this just a random crazy guy? Because I remember we had a guy in my neighborhood. We called him Superman. And he might have been a little off. Don't ask me how he got the name. I don't know. We thought he was a little maybe autistic or something, but he was an adult. Okay. And he had got a permit to carry in Indiana. And he's walking around with it on his hip. And I remember pulling into the neighborhood one day, and all the cops, yo, and you look and you go, damn, they got Superman face down on the ground. And they like, I told that boy, you can't, that concealed carry shit don't work for you. Non-concealed. He was walking around with it on his hip. And it's like, that's different from you.
Yeah, no.
You're just a black man with a gun that people ain't really assuming you a cop or anything like that. They not asking no questions. They was already gonna call the cops anyway.
That's not normal. Like, I guess maybe from the Midwest and the South, that's normal. Here in New York, you don't see people. If you see someone walking around with a gun, you run. It don't matter. Unless it's a cop. You see somebody walking around with a gun, you got to move because you don't see that here. So to hear them say that, to me, is kind of like, it makes me uncomfortable because I'm just thinking about what happened on the subway. I'm thinking about what happens normally, like at nighttime, where people with guns. It just, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with the country.
Well, the Supreme Court overturned it. So is that official, or is that
It's
one
official.
of the things that has to be processed?
No, it's official.
'Cause I heard Mayor Adams say, we're not finna be the Wild Wild West. Hit me again if you.
Nah, I'm no, you birthday guy. We got you.
Mayor Adams was saying that it's
official.
Don't worry, New York's not finna be the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, no, because what
So
basically
it is official.
Yeah, it's official. Basically, what this says is that each state can make its own laws regarding guns.
Okay.
But New York's law banning concealed is unconstitutional. It violates the 14th Amendment or something like that.
So now, do we wait? Is New York gonna wait to make a law?
No, they already have one on the books.
Because that's kind of what they were saying about the abortion laws. That if you actually read, which let me not bring up reading because I know people get.
It's
upset.
fundamental, Riff.
Yeah, and some people read Mario as Mario anyway.
But also to add on before you, also they tried to say that New York tried to make a law that said you can't carry a weapon unless you had a reason to, like unless you're in a business.
Yes, and I like that. It feels safe around here based upon the fact that now obviously a lot of gun enthusiasts would argue, well, yeah, but what if someone does have a gun?
Yeah, I don't know.
The whole good guy with a gun theory that it's like, yeah, well, that's usually not how it works.
Yeah,
Instead, how it works around here is Adam Liska, that was the Newton, Connecticut shooter.
Yeah.
Grabs his mother's legal gun and goes into a school and kills everybody.
I was gonna say there was one in Pennsylvania, even where they had a dispute over a parking spot, and the guy went, and just came back and killed everyone on camera. That's
what I'm saying. It just, in theory, the good guy with a gun. How many Schwarzenegger movies have you watched? Here's
a question. How many times did Schwarzenegger reload in those movies?
Right. Zero. They edit all that out. And you would know because you've been in every movie getting killed by everybody.
I have. I'm an expert on getting killed on
by
camera.
Schwarzenegger yet?
Not yet. It's on my to-do list.
On your to-do list?
Yeah. I was there.
I was just discussing earlier that you got killed in both the Marvel universe and DC.
I did. That's a great point. I don't like to talk about my acting method a lot.
Are you the only person to get killed in both Marvel and DC?
It might be. I don't know though. Hey, listen, watchers, right now, here's
boom.
Hey, go right now and find out if I'm the only person who ever got killed in the Marvel and DC universe. Let us know at Avery Mason Official on Instagram, the Avery Mason on Twitter, at I am Phil Hunt on all social media and OnlyFans.
I love it.
And look it up and let us know because we look at you guys. Y'all are our research department. I mean, Dave, do you know? Am I the only one who's been killed in both universes?
We have to Google that.
He's gonna Google it right now. But send us your thoughts. Here's something that also came up in the news, fella. I don't know if you saw this because you from the Midwest, and we were just talking about Chicago. Nothing to do with rap. Did you know? You may not notice that Chicago police officers can no longer chase someone on foot or in a car after a crime. They're not allowed to.
Chicago police
officers
no longer chase someone on foot.
Right. You commit a crime. You commit a crime. You run for it. They are not allowed to chase you. They just got to sit there.
Well, let's be honest. We all watched how many seasons of Cops? 25 or so seasons of Cops.
Yeah.
We know chasing them on foot was no good. Cops are the most unathletic motherfuckers you'd ever see in your life. The old joke for cops used to be that the cameraman will be ahead of the cop. So the criminal is in first because he's obviously got his stakes are the highest.
Oh, yeah.
Cameraman be right behind the criminal.
Yeah, with the camera.
And then you hear the cop. Hold on, he's cutting through the alley.
Yeah,
And it's
yo.
like, yeah, too many free donuts.
Bro, there is one episode of Cops. I did see the cameraman had actually caught up to someone. He had the camera. He was like, "Get on the ground." And I'm like, "You go with the camera? Get on the ground. Don't move. You sit there and wait." And it's like waving at the helicopter. Like, I got him.
No, that's always funny because Cops is a whole generation of like, you know, people in TV that I feel like the younger generation didn't catch it, and I often see them be like, "Yo, wife beater is a wild term to call a shirt. Wife beater is a wild term to call a shirt. Who came up with that?" And it's like, yo, watch 3 seasons of Cops.
You'll understand.
And you'll understand. Every domestic violence charge, the dude be waiting inside a trailer usually or on a porch with what on?
Wife beater.
The official name is an A shirt.
I told her I didn't want steak. I came home and there was steak on the table. I have to do what I have to do, officer.
That's how it got the name.
You got to understand.
I think it's also because, you know, the A shirt is loose and, you know, it's got that wide opening so the arm can swing.
Right.
At wild angles.
Right.
So, wife beater, bam.
Yeah, no,
You don't do that shit in cufflinks.
No. Yeah, no, Adina Howard also made the wife beater popular for her, one of my favorite songs.
Adina Howard.
T-shirt and my...
But it wasn't wife beater and my panties on. What you talking about?
T-shirt and my panties on. That was Adina Howard, right?
Yeah.
And in the video, she was wearing a wife beater.
Oh, okay.
But she called it T-shirt.
Okay.
There's no ring to...
I see what you're going for.
There was no ring to wife beater and my panties on, because then that wouldn't sell.
Nah, that wouldn't.
So, but that song was hot. Go and watch that video. Go on YouTube right now. My recommendation.
It was. Listen, watch that alone, people. Don't watch.
Yeah. Watch it alone.
Yo.
Watch it alone.
I mean, yeah, she helped us all through puberty.
I will be a freak until the
Hey,
dawn.
No one asked you to sing, dog.
Let's do a versus.
And you know the words. That ain't your first time.
No, it's not. I'm
You
proud.
need to have her on the verses, X-rated verses.
With who? Adina Howard and who?
Somebody else who was X-rated.
How come? You know what? How come Little Kim hasn't done a versus? I would love to see Little Kim. And
she can do a versus against herself.
Little Kim and Eve.
Little Kim 1 versus Little Kim 2, face number 2.
That's not.
What?
Damn, man.
You knew I was going to take it in. Why'd you open that door?
I had to, but you're right.
As a comedian, you know I say electricity takes the easiest path to the ground? It's comedians. Lowest common denominator. Give it to us.
Kim 1 versus Kim 2.
That's like for the abortion today stuff. You know, obviously I gave it 5 hours.
You did.
Right. They just announced it, I think, at like 10 a.m. So I let it sit until about 3 o'clock.
You did.
Before I started making my joke.
I'm not even coming for you because I did see that. And I was like, I went straight to Twitter and I saw radio silence. Okay, Phil is giving people a chance to get their feelings out real quick before he starts.
About 5 hours.
And right about now, I'm going to pull up. Can I pull up some of the heat? Is that all right with you?
I mean, yeah, if that's what you feel like doing.
If you're not following Phil Hunt on Twitter, you're doing yourself a disservice. Because I'm about to tell you right now, the Supreme Court just made the daddy in Hoochie Daddy short summer literal.
They seen y'all in the short. They said, oh, yeah? That's what y'all doing this summer? You're going to be a for real daddy.
Well, happy belated Father's Day from the Supreme Court.
Because, I mean, why not, man? A lot of this stuff is like, what can we do? And like I said, it's really, they're sending it back. If you notice with everything, they're sending it from guns to abortion. They're putting it in the state's hands. You know, a lot of this stuff is anti-federal, and I think the mask mandates set off a lot of this stuff where a lot of people are going, you know, why should you decide what's being done in Texas? Because all day, every day, you see people complain about what goes on in Texas. You know, they're still one of the leading people for the death penalty, you know.
Everything's bigger in Texas. Why are you surprised?
Don't hear anybody, the guns and everything's bigger in Texas. You don't hear the adoption clinics because they don't have abortions, whatever. Everything's bigger in Texas. Anyway, see, you open the door, I just walked through it.
That's why I did it. Assist, layup.
Yeah, you pretty much tossed the ball up there. I had to catch it. Anyway, so, but like I said, you don't see a lot of people from Texas complain about what goes on in Texas. You see a lot of people not from it. Can you believe they're not wearing masks?
Yeah.
They don't seem to be complaining.
Not bothered about it.
And yes, I can believe it because, yeah.
I never got that because I'm like, I don't live there. I didn't care. Honestly, it's going to sound bad. I didn't care. I'm like, what they do? I don't live in Texas, so I don't care. I live here.
Crawling out of their state into your state, and then it does start to something.
And then I was like, all right, y'all going to have to quarantine for like a week.
So it really makes no sense that we call ourselves, the United States when we're divided on most issues, A lot of states are religious, and then New York, we're the heat.
Very liberal.
And we don't care about anything, so.
No, we don't. We out here in these streets.
Yeah.
But just to jump back to Chicago police officers real quick, that it doesn't make, I guess I understand why. They said it's because they're trying to minimize the interaction between the public and police officers, but it's kind of like, he stole the car.
They said that. Like 3 Chicago police just got off a treadmill and were like, well, that's the end of that.
What you going to do? You going to put the criminals on honor system?
Which, by the way.
Stop in the name of the law. I said stop.
Yo.
Damn. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Phil.
I want to get into some advice real quick.
All right, we'll get into advice real quick.
Betty White.
Well, let's ask Dave. Dave, how we doing on time, Dave? How we doing? What we got left before we answer one question here, or we just going to keep drinking? So is that's I'm bad at math. Is that 15? Okay, he went 5, 5, 5.
All right, let's get into some
advice. That's a new Jay-Z album.
So no. First advice is if you're a criminal, run.
Yeah, you get away. Now,
in Chicago.
In Chicago, yes, not here. Whoa.
Still chasing Jersey and everywhere else.
But I don't know, though. Do what you want. I ain't telling you to run. We ain't encouraging running from law enforcement, right? But if you're in physical shape, chances are you probably will get away with it. But they're only doing it for certain offenses. It's not everything. They go like if you got a dime bag, not gonna chase you. But if you got like a couple of warrants, yeah, they're probably gonna chase you.
What if the warrants is for dime bags?
Warrants for like
I don't know though.
We
legal most places anyway. I think in Illinois got some dispensaries. So
if you owe child support, they're not chasing you.
That's your fault. I'm on child support. You banned abortion, motherfucker.
It's gonna get to
me. The Supreme Court,
bro. It's gonna get to the point where they're like, call the police. I don't care what they gonna do. You had a better chance calling your cousin Brian and having him deal with the situation before the cops. Cops are like, I can't do that for you.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I have to look it up. But
I got some advice
cooking up over there. Let's do some advice.
Now, Phil, can you let these folks know if we're experts? We'll give them the disclaimer before.
We don't even know the difference between Mario and
Mario.
People.
Y'all do, apparently. Y'all voted for Mario, so I guess y'all the experts.
We don't have any idea what's going on. We have not been trained. We have not gone to school for advice. We are not being paid. This is strictly up to you. Extracurricular advice, if you will. This is an elective.
Yeah, we're not.
All up to you, baby.
If it works or if it doesn't work.
Your body, your choice.
Absolutely. We here at But I Don't Know, though, do not wish to take away your choice to choose what you want to do for yourself.
We're advice or not.
It's up to you.
Do a little bit of both. We don't know.
Yeah. So first question, and this is a good one. Should I stand my ground about disinviting relatives to my wedding after my fiance threw a rock at their child?
Thank goodness.
A rock.
I thought this was.
You thought it was going another way, right? You like that pause, right?
Yeah,
that we had a little dramatic pause there. But should I stand my ground about disinviting relatives to my wedding after my fiance threw a rock at their child? I'm engaged to a lovely, kind, and sensitive woman, Adele, who happens to be related to a notorious but long-dead criminal. This is starting off good.
Okay. Long dead.
Long dead.
Go ahead.
All her life, Adele has been teased about her last name. Hello from the other side. And sometimes even ostracized when people find out she's actually related, even though she and her family naturally condemn this man and his actions. Oh, this must be really a bad guy.
Okay.
At the barbecue where we first introduced our extended families, my 15-year-old cousin Kim held up a picture of the criminal on her phone and made a terrible joke despite my whole family having been warned not to mention him. In response, Adele threw a rock at her, unintentionally hitting her in the face and injuring one of her eyes. How was that unintentional if she threw it? She meant to hit her. Anyway, in Adele's defense, she did not realize Kim was just 15 and assumed, reasonably due to her clothing and appearance, that she was at least several years older. Kim's parents raised holy hell, and Adele has been charged with aggravated battery plus aggravated child abuse, which, given her personal trauma, has been hugely upsetting for her. The district attorney, who knows my family, has agreed to drop the charges if Kim refuses to testify. My uncle, Rob,
This is tough.
my mom's sister's husband and Kim's father told us she would do so if Adele apologized to her, and we agreed to pay for 100% of her medical and cosmetic treatment, which is still uncertain and may run to tens of thousands of dollars. Rob has a good job and I'm sure excellent family health insurance, and Kim is also lamenting her injury may prevent her from becoming a pilot. All right, I'm going to skip through some of this stuff.
Okay, yeah. If it's long, let's... we got the gist of it. What's the question?
Her question is
this right, wrong, how we feel?
should I go? They want to repair relations with them.
Okay.
She's saying
Yeah,
partly
that's
because she wants a nice, normal wedding
Okay.
with both sides present, but mainly because she's terrified of the slightest possibility of having to spend even a day in prison if Kim testifies against her. Should I go along with the plan to pay for everything and apologize, even though it would A, cost us a lot of money, and B, feel like giving my family carte blanche to abuse her and by extension disrespect me, thus failing her at the very start of our marriage? Or should we stand firm, have our wedding without them, and trust that a good defense attorney... Basically, she's saying, I want to invite them. I don't want to invite them to the wedding because of what happened, but she's worried that she'll go to jail or something. So should she have them at her wedding and go along with paying for the medical bills?
No, and maybe invite the parents, but do not invite the daughter.
Yeah.
And this is why people say, have you ever heard, information is dangerous in the hand of a child, because obviously if the guy's a criminal and people have Googled, this is who this guy is that she's dating, why is there a need to hold up a picture?
Yeah, the Kim, the 15-year-old found it and was just trying to make fun. That's what kids do.
But that's what I'm saying, and adults have to be careful in the company of children. That, a child finds out something, whatever it could be. That's actually not his uncle. That's
Is that
his
your
daddy.
husband?
Stuff like that kids, they're new to these situations or being privy to a secret. So they want to be the one to put it out there and look at me, everybody.
Attention.
So yeah, you can't, they should have never let the child know this guy is a bad guy or whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's why sometimes you got to be careful talking in the company of a child.
Yeah, because they don't got no filter.
They don't have any discretion.
No filter at all. But I'm gonna go even further than that, and I'm gonna say you wrong for throwing a rock. Who throws a rock at anybody, kid or not? You throw a rock at me, we throwing hands, and I'm surprised that she didn't say that the girl's parents didn't come over there and try to fight her. You throwing a rock at my kid?
The girl has to kind of hold some of that responsibility, mind you.
Phil.
She's a minor, but she's old enough to know better. But also, every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
Okay.
So again,
let me personalize it. You are a grown man, okay?
Right.
You had a birthday. A little kid says something wild to you,
yeah.
"Hey, man,
kids are crazy."
You talk funny, and you throwing a rock at
But that's no.
This is the same thing.
No. But see, here's the thing. That's so minor. Whereas, this guy, this may be his past. He may be embarrassed by it. And I mean, if it isn't anything other than, obviously, I don't want to take it to the abyss, but if it's not kitty touching, then a lot of this stuff, if it's non-violent, if he wasn't knocking old ladies in the head, who the fuck cares?
I think.
Oh, and I mean that because we both have family that I've had uncles, aunts, whatever. Oh, she's dating this guy. He's a horrible person. He sells marijuana. And it's your government sells marijuana now. So how do you feel? You know what I mean? Exactly. You really mad about the tax.
I am mad about the taxes. There's people in jail right now. There's people in jail right now, all right?
That wouldn't even tax you.
Wouldn't even tax you. The government got to get its 10%.
So, yeah, I've seen that type of petty. So this is what I'm saying. As long as it wasn't battery or anything against a woman or, an old lady taking a purse, then it's really nothing to blab about. People make mistakes. So, again, this kid didn't have the life experience to just kind of go, you could whisper this as you're getting punched. Oh, look at him. He's a fucking criminal. He's a bum, whatever. But you don't hold up someone's mugshot. And you know what I'll say? That's internet behavior.
Yeah.
That the internet has made
Trolling.
people feel like,
Trolling is cool.
you know, you see what they do to different criminals, and Chris Brown.
You saw what happened to the guy
most
who
embarrassing day of his life.
Yeah, you saw what happened to the guy who tried to troll Mike Tyson on the plane.
And trolling people in general.
But I just don't think throwing a rock is necessary. I think we should have taken the example of one very famous Martin Lawrence. What you say? Get the stepping. Throw him out your house. Don't throw a rock. Throw him out your house.
She got privy to some information, and maybe she shouldn't have threw a rock. But
her defense,
she probably should have punched or smacked.
In the letter, she says in her defense, I didn't know she was 15.
Well,
it doesn't make a difference
my
to me.
thing is,
to me,
you want to be treated like a child, stay in a child's place. So pulling up mug shots and all that stuff, like I said, we talked about it on the pod. Disrespecting Kevin Samuels on the day of his death, that it's like, that's internet shit.
It is.
You do that in the real world, one of your elders likely to slap you and go, I don't care how you feel. You hold that emotion or thought. Give it a week or two till this man is gone.
Well, let me ask you this. You ever got slapped for saying something slick? Like, what's the slickest thing you ever said that you got slapped for?
I mean, there's been little things. I can't say I've been slapped, but like,
you got slapped?
Obviously I've been slapped, but I'm saying like for by parents or family or whatever. I put my aunt's, when I was probably 8, I put my aunt's purse on the floor. It was in a chair. I sat in the chair. You don't put a woman's purse on the floor. You don't know that?
Why not?
I had to learn that hard lesson at 8 because she started talking to me like I was in the streets.
Hey, you stupid.
Grabbed my shirt the whole time.
Why is that a thing?
I didn't even tell my mother the full story because I was like, nah, she'll fight her.
Lady listeners, can I ask you, why is that a thing? Why can't you put a woman's purse on the floor?
Superstition or something.
What?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
All right.
If you listening, hit us up and let him know.
I don't know. So literally, let me know why y'all don't want to put your purse. Because I got my book bag on the floor and it
doesn't matter why. Just I won't do it because she snatched me.
Like, because I said so.
Yeah.
That's only women can do that.
But I mean, that's minor, and I didn't know better. But you know better. 15. I wasn't 15. You have discretion at 15.
I was 15, and my mom slapped me in church because we went, and I had gotten bad grades, and I remember she was like talking to me. The pastor was saying something about being great or excellent, and she was like, "You hear what he's saying to you? You fail your classes. You hear what he's saying?" And I was like, "Shut up!" Like I wasn't.
Oh, you did.
I wasn't like talking. You know how when
you just went
I was just like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Oh my god! Can you please? Just please be quiet. Just shut up. Jeez, shut up." Yeah, mom, shut up. It was just like, "Oh, jeez, please."
But just saying shut up.
It just didn't come out the right way.
He came from houses where we wasn't allowed to say lie.
No.
My grandma said, "Say they telling a story."
Yeah, I couldn't say lie, but
I got the story a lie, Grandma. The story a lie.
The truth is,
I can say it now.
Yeah, the truth is, when I said it, I was talking to the pastor.
Okay.
I wasn't talking to her, but
to mom.
No, and I wasn't
That's
saying
important.
it. I wasn't like I was just saying it like
out loud.
Oh, please,
you weren't saying it. It wasn't directed towards him.
He thought I was talking about him, which he was right about. My mother thought I was talking to her, which when I tried to explain it,
problem.
When I tried to explain it, it didn't sound good. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to him.
Yeah.
You was telling the pastor, shut up on me. Which one?
Wasn't no time for explanation.
Took me downstairs. Pow! Watch your mouth.
That's the Twitter internet behavior. Chris Brown tweets a link to his new album, and you underneath it put his mugshot. Go, never forget what you did. Yeah, and it's like it's not real life behavior.
That's what everybody doing now. Everybody bringing up old stuff.
So she's 15, and if people have served their time, then you need to let it be.
Yeah, but if you're 15,
unless it's a heinous crime, like I said, choking an old lady.
I ain't bringing it up at the barbecue. We at the barbecue eating ribs. You want to talk about Yencho guy killed 15 people? Isn't that him?
People do that to Nicki Minaj, and her husband, and every time you date, and it's like, I mean. We all have a right to feel the way we feel, but then it's
don't go to the wedding.
We're from an era where if you served your time,
you did your time. Yeah, nobody hold that against you. It's weird. Oh God, But
And
listen,
our
listen.
culture's backwards anyway.
It is.
You
Don't-
know, it celebrates drug dealers and killers and gang members, and it never thinks about what it encompasses, you know.
Ma'am, I would say this: don't invite her to the wedding, and also just pay for whatever medical bills and leave it at that. Don't be.
Don't invite the daughter. I say
don't.
invite the parent.
If they'll come, but
I would definitely let them know, like, yo,
they don't have to bring a gift.
clearly you've been gossiping in front of the kid,
Yeah.
and it picked it up, you know.
Yeah.
I remember a woman in the family. I won't say no names. She was, you know, having some weight loss issues, trying to lose weight. And a kid got a hold of that information and was like, well, I thought you were trying to lose weight. You're already fat enough. And I mean, he's like 5.
You said it.
He said it just like I said.
Did he say it in front of?
Yes, to her. And it was like, see, that's one of them that as adults, you got to kind of.
Wait, what happened? Did it happen in everybody's face, or did they get beat in front of everybody? Did they pull him to the side in the room and say, "Let me"?
Got teary-eyed and just kind of, you little motherfucker.
So nothing happened to the kid?
Parents had to like be separated, and it had to be talked. And clearly, he had picked up on some things. So, you know,
Kids don't got no filter.
You know, back in the day, the women had a phone right here. They do this. Girl, what? Yeah, she is getting big. I seen her. And the kids pick up on this stuff. So,
and they repeat it.
And they repeat it.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
We're gonna pray for you, ma'am. If you have advice that you need and you want 2 people who aren't qualified to give advice to help you with your problem, hit us up on our social media. We got you. It's free. There's no copay. Is there a copay?
Follow the page.
Is there a copay? There's no copay for this advice,
copay.
right? Yeah. Come sit on our couch, and we'll get you straight. Hit us up, but I don't know though pod on Instagram, or where can they send you their questions at?
Leave them there.
But I don't know though pod.
Boom. But I don't know
Boom.
pod on Instagram.
Send us your DM.
DM them. It does go down.
We'll leave you anonymous. Let's start off. Question, Phil, do you think that this Mike's Hot Honey will go down easy and smooth? Is that a pause?
Probably so, man.
What can you put this on, Dave? What can you put this on?
It looks good.
Did you say pizza? Where you from?
Look,
where in New York?
Sauce everywhere.
You from Brooklyn? You from the Bronx? Y'all putting
Bronx.
hot honey sauce on pizza? You
sound about right.
It's a new generation, like Pepsi.
About right. You know, y'all putting blue cheese on wings never sat right with me, but
that's
another another episode.
Man, you about to start a whole.
I wish the Supreme Court would ban that.
Blue cheese? That's the best. It's better than ranch.
Nah, y'all.
I'm gonna start a poll. That's the next poll. Blue cheese or ranch?
Blue cheese or ranch.
Because I'm all about blue cheese. You got the chunks in it, and it got that nice flavor.
Those chunks of mold.
That's not mold. That's cheese.
Mold.
It's delicious.
It's mold.
Do you do blue cheese or ranch on your wings, or do you do Mike's Hot Honey on your wings? Which you prefer? No pressure. We already know you putting that on your wings.
He said no pressure.
Off top, but
no pressure.
But he already voted on Mario, so why you can't say if you do blue cheese or ranch?
We do always include our producer, our engineer. Neither. See, look.
Wow.
Neutral. There's a man that knows how to play neutral.
Okay.
There's a man that knows.
That's the next poll. Please follow the page. We're gonna find out which is better, blue cheese or ranch.
Out what our listeners prefer.
Please, y'all, give me this. Y'all done made Phil right at least 3 times already, allegedly. Court's still out on Mario, even though y'all voted.
Yeah, they have decided, brother. You hold the hell.
Every Tuesday, a new episode available on Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts. Where else are we? Apple Podcasts.
Correctly.
Apple Podcasts. You don't like him. I like him. Apple Podcasts. Where else?
Anchor app.
Wherever you get your
podcast.
Please like, share, and subscribe.
We're here till the Supreme Court bans us.
It's gonna happen, Phil.
Watch some episodes of Cops.
Yeah, we're gonna get a notification. Your podcast is. We try and get one of those plaques that WTF got here. And so in truth, we are WTF Studios. Shout out to WTF for having us. Shout out to producer Dave. And we'll see y'all on Tuesday. Like, share, subscribe. And next week. But I don't know though.
Yeah, it is. Done. Finish.